I remember the first time I watched Signs. It was right after I watched The Ring, which scared the hell out of me. I mistakenly watched The Ring late at night and couldn't sleep for a week. So I had to watch Signs in broad daylight. But it still had me extremely tense. Even though I credit The Ring with how much it initially scared me, in later viewings I would realize that it was a very good suspenseful movie. I love a really good suspense. For years, I couldn't pinpoint what separated the good ones from the bad. Then I saw Alfred Hitchcock talk about the difference between mystery and suspense.
There's a great confusion between the words mystery and suspense. You see, mystery is an intellectual process, like in a whodunit, but suspense is essentially an emotional process. You can only get the suspense element going by giving the audience information.
Mystery was basically a whodunit, whereas suspense was all about the tension. The movies I felt were bad suspense just had a lot of jump scares, but that implies mystery. Alfred Hitchcock described suspense as a ticking time bomb that the audience was aware of and the characters were not.
Now take the same scene and tell the audience there is a bomb under that table and will go off in 5 minutes. Well, the whole emotion of the audience is totally different because you've given them that information. Because they're saying to you, don't be ridiculous, stop talking about baseball, there's a bomb under there. You've got the audience working.
There is no mystery, just tension. Although there are jump scares and signs, they are paced out and usually comes after tension has been building for a while. One of my favorite ways that signs build up tension is by not depending so much on score. It comes in usually in highly emotional moments, but it's preceded by an eerie silence.
Do you know what happened when you were born, Morgan?
Eerie because you're so used to music filling up so much space in film. The silences are sometimes awkward. But mostly there to underlie the building tension.
Tell me something, Morgan. In this book of yours, they happen to detail what would happen if they were hostile.
I kind of compare music and film with babysitting. Weird, I know, but hear me out. I have been babysitting young children since I was like 11 years old. After doing it for so long, you tend to get used to kids and tune them out. Their running around and screaming becomes normal, and you don't pay attention to it until they become silent. Silence is loud, and it usually signals that something is wrong or they're doing something they ain't got no business doing. So when music drops out of film, you notice, even if it's just subconsciously. Something at the back of your mind registers that something is wrong. For example, a scene that I will always remember as being incredibly eerie is the Doc Ock surgery scene in Spider-Man 2. There was music at the beginning of the scene, but as the surgery starts, it drops out. It felt like a scene out of a horror movie. Doc Ock attacking everyone in that OR, and there is no music, no jump scaring score, just silence. Another movie that uses silence to build tension is Tremors. Long before A Quiet Place, there was this movie about aliens with no eyes or ears and could move through the ground and search for its prey through vibrations. Silence was used to signal an impending attack. Unlike Spider-Man 2 and Tremors, there were no regular instances of attack. People weren't fighting a monster throughout the movie. Instead, the movie was just a bunch of signs building to one climactic fight. It wasn't about heroes stepping in to save the day. It was about a family who suffered a horrible loss that changed their entire dynamic. The death of the mother basically killed the father's faith. He still believed in God, he just had no faith in him.
Don't do this to me again. Not again. I hate you.
He didn't think it affected his life or his family much until these events called for him to have faith. As the movie goes on and the tension builds, his underlying faithlessness creates a conflict. His family needs him to be the man he used to be and tell them that everything is going to be okay.
Couldn't you pretend to be like you used to be? Give me some comfort.
No matter what these signs end up meaning. But as time goes on and it becomes more and more obvious there is a hostile threat on the horizon, it becomes clear that the father does not believe everything will be okay.
I am not wasting one more minute of my life on prayer. Not one more minute.
And his family resented him for no longer believing.
I hate you.
That's fine.
You let Mom die.
Morgan.
Like I said before, there is only one fight scene in Signs. This movie isn't about an alien invasion. It's about a family in crisis. It started with the mother's horrific death and ended when they used her dying words to save themselves. In a way, she was the reason they fell apart and also the reason they came back together.
To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
It's almost as if the alien invasion had to happen to get the father to accept that sometimes things happen for a reason.
His lungs were closed. His lungs were closed. No poison got in. No poison got in. His lungs were closed.
So the main tension in the film is not from an impending alien invasion. It's from the family being forced to confront their current dynamic. The most tension-filled moments come when the family are together, not addressing the elephant in the room. There are moments of the family working together towards a solution.
Stop!
But it doesn't get resolved until A, they confront their feelings, and B, the father lets go of his bitterness and accepts his wife's death.
Meryl, swing away.
So yeah, Signs is a masterpiece in suspense that uses an impending alien invasion to ramp up the tension of a family falling apart. The most important thing is not what will the aliens do, but what will the family do? Will they fight in triumph or will they retreat in shame? So do you think Signs is a great suspense film? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, let me know if there is something you would like to see me talk about. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell notification to know the next time I upload or go live.